Beloved brother Nikileswaranandaji, other monastic brothers, esteemed mothers and dear devotees, whatever happens, happens by the will of the Lord, that I am here in this historic house sanctified by the visit of the great Swami Vivekananda. I take it has been made possible because Swami Vivekananda himself has willed it to be so. Well, the original plan was to go to Porbandar, but Swami Nikileswaranandaji's love won me over, and I also wanted to come here to see this historic house. I'll be very informal. Whatever the great Swamis who I had the privilege of coming in contact will prompt me to tell, I will tell. Well, this is not my first visit to Baroda IPCL. I came from Delhi when S.K. Mukherjee was there. I was telling our beloved brother, I was very happy that so many have come and you attended the Arati. It will take time, but even then, in such a short time, I congratulate our Mahanta Maharaj, Nikileswaranji and his brothers, the way everything is being managed here. It is just a little over 1 year that the center has been created by our headquarters. Well, I begin with my revered Guruji, Virojanandaji, happens to my Gurudev. He was the 6th president of our order. There may be devotees who have gone through his book in Bengali, Paramattha Prasango. It is available in other languages, Paramattha Prasango, or Towards the Goal Supreme. If you have not read, please try to have a copy. Paramattha Prasango.
In Gujarati,
and Otite Smriti, a story of an epoch. These two are important books. Thank you. Now, how I came in contact with Virojanandaji. I was then not a brahmachari or a sannyasin. I was a student, college student, studying in a Christian missionary college in West Bengal. I can name the college also. Sirampur College, run by the Baptist mission. I had one relative in the Darjeeling district, Karshiang, another in Tindharia on way to Darjeeling. So I went to Karshiang. Then my auntie told, very near lives one monk of the Ramakrishna order. Who was he? He was a sevak of Latu Maharaj, of Bhutanandaji, Swami Siddhananda. I just went to have darshan. I did not take diksha. When I pranam him, he was staying in a devotee's house. He just asked one question. Sometimes I will speak in Bengali, don't mind, because I will give the English rendering. Tomar dikha hoyeche? Have you taken initiation? And no. Sheki. Ekhono dikha hoyni, till now you have not taken initiation. If you follow my advice, when you go back to Calcutta, go to Belur Math, there lives the last surviving disciple of Swami Vivekananda, meaning Swami Virojanandaji. If you don't take Diksha now, you will never get this chance in life. So he inspired me. So I came back from Karshiang or Darjeeling district, went to Belur Math, met his secretary, Swami Siddhanandaji, who died in Sacramento Center. And he was very kind. He asked me whether I have read the Kathamrita or I have been fairly acquainted with our literature. Anyway, I had my initiation. Well, my first darshan of Birajanandaji, I still remember. It was sometime in February 1947. Prior to that, I came to Belur Math with my college friends, but nobody told that there was the president of the Belur Math and the place where the then president used to live. It was a separate enclosure and it was written private, no entry like that, so I didn't dare to go. Though Birajanandaji used to stay there when you come from Shammatal. Anyway, first darshan, I can tell you the place. Swami Vivekananda's bedroom. Adjacent to that, there is a room. That was President Maharaj's room. After the passing away of Vishuddhanandaji Maharaj, when Madhavanandaji Maharaj was made the president because of his leg pain in legs, present quarters near Vivekananda temple. But till then, that room was used as the president's room. Vivekananda's adjacent room. So darshan was going on. I stood in line, the ground floor. I am not exaggerating. I found some vibrations you can say. There must be a very holy person above. So when my turn came, I found Birajanandaji. His leg was outstretched in a reclining posture and with beard. He is accepting the pranam of everybody. He was not speaking, only he would nod his head. Suppose you pranam, he looks at him and his eyes were very sparkling eyes. Accept, your chance is gone, the next one like that. So I never came across such a monk in the mission. So I was very much impressed and I felt drawn. Then what I did, after coming out of the room, I went to the sales counter. Not the sales counter you find in Saradapet. It was in industrial school. When you go to the guest house mart, by Podli Mongol, sales counter is there, that was the sales counter. Darshan was going on. Some idea came. I went to the showroom and purchased one small book. What was the book? My Master by Swami Vivekananda. And that book contained, in those days, a photograph of, Frank Dora's photograph of Sri Ramakrishna. After purchasing the book, I immediately came back to Birajanandaji's room. Because darshan was going on. Now one Sevak was there, he noticed that I just came and he wanted to stop me. I just said that, please allow me to go. So he could not stop. Then when the pranam was over, I went near him and though Maharaj did not speak, the idea was that I will show this book to Birajanandaji. At that time I did not take Diksha. I will get it touched by him so that the photo becomes living, some childish idea you can say. I showed the book, Maharaj took it, pranam and gave it to me. But no talk. That was my first darshan. Then, in between something happened. A Swami came from France. He was the head of a center, not Paris, 20 kilometers away from Paris. It is called Grace. I read in a newspaper one item, Swami Siddheshwarananda, head of the Vedanta Center, Paris, has just returned to India and is now staying at Belur Math. It was 47 February. I was the college union secretary in the Srirampur College, and one of my duties was to invite distinguished speakers to address our staff and students every Friday. So I read in the newspaper, from Ina Raj, I and my elder brother came to Belur Math. We did not know any Swami, but we found out Siddheswaranji was staying in the Legate house with another very senior Swami, Swami Shashwatanandaji. They lived together in Madras Math. So when Siddheswaranji came from France, though he was given an independent room with attached bath, he decided to live together with his old friend Shashwatanandaji. There I met small room, and in that Legate house, in another corner, Holy Mother once lived, and in the other side towards Dakshineshwar. So I requested Maharaj, you have to come to our college to give a talk. And he agreed, and then I said that I have to give a notice, as Swamiji gave a notice. Gokulananda secretary, holy member. So I have to give notice to the board. On what topic? Siddheswaranandaji was from the royal family of Cochin. He was a disciple of Brahmanandaji Maharaj, a great soul, great character. And as it is said, true spirituality is infectious. Once you come in contact with the great soul, you get the touch, the divine touch. He said, I would like to speak on the influence of Ramakrishna Vivekananda on modern France. I gave the notice, he came. My elder brother brought Maharaj and Shashwatanandaji. Dr. Angus was the principal. So the students of theology department were there. Maharaj spoke extempore, brilliant talk. The influence of Ramakrishna Vivekananda on modern France. But something happened. After the talk, one Christian belonging to the Baptist church stood up and said, pointing to Siddheswaranandaji, Swami, we have just heard your talk, but you are a Hindu monk. We have nothing to learn from Hinduism. And I felt very bad because I invited the Swami and Swami is being heckled by the Christian church. I felt very bad. Swamiji stood up, Siddheswaranji. I will never forget. He did not get angry, excited, but no sign of irritation. Serenity, written in every line of the face, stood up with a smiling countenance. And that gentleman also added something that we have nothing to learn from you, we have heard your speech, because you are a Hindu monk, and Hinduism believes in idol worship, image worship, so we have nothing to do, nothing to learn from you. Swamiji stood up and said, well, we Hindus are often accused as idol worshippers, but we Hindus, we believe, and those who are students of English literature, you will understand, pun on the word, style. He said, we believe we are not idol worshippers, we are ideal worshippers. Immediately clapping from the Christians also, ideal worshippers. And he explained, and as the college union secretary I had to write the minutes. I noted down what he said. Many years ago when I went to Srirampur College, I became a monk, I saw that book is still there. Anyway, then I brought Swamiji to our house, elder brother. As you say, a little while ago, a mother was telling, will you not visit our house? Little while ago, tomorrow I am going away, how can I visit? So we took advantage. After the talk in the Srirampur college, I was from Srirampur, so in a car it was only 15 minutes drive, so we invited both the Swamis to grace our house, sanctify our house. Both of them came. There's an old building, two-storied building. While climbing up the staircase, when looking at the photo of Sri Ramakrishna, we did not take Diksha. Siddheswaranandaji commented, "Oh, you are worshipping him, you are indeed fortunate." This is important. In the present day world, to have faith in and devotion to the lotus feet of Ramakrishna is no joke. There is so many Mahatmas, so many Sampradayas, but to Avatar Varishta Ramakrishna we are worshipping. Oh, you are worshipping him, you are indeed fortunate. Much later, incidentally I tell you that when I came, we took Diksha and went to Paramartha Prasango. There is Ramakrishna Dasakam, which was composed in Sanskrit by Virajanandaji. While paying tribute to Sri Ramakrishna, Virajanandaji added at the end, Satkadapi jago jago, jogo bhogo saulabham, durlabanto Ramakrishna raga bhakti bhavanam. One may have faith in gods and goddesses. One may do some ritualistic exercises or yoga, but to have faith in Bhagavan Ramakrishna is something extraordinary. We had another Swami realized so, Swami Prameshanandaji. You must have gone through his book, Go Forward, or Pramesh Maharaj at Patravoli. There he has again and again said, what a great fortune that Amra Thakurer Ghore Esechi, direct, he would tell that. Anyway, then Siddheswaranandaji was brought back to Belur Math. While coming back, we travelled in the same car, driver, elder brother, myself front row, second back seat, Siddheswaranandaji and Sastvatanandaji. Siddheswaranandaji inspired me. Another thing I would like to tell, we ordinary monks of not that caliber, we have no patience. So at that time, I was not reading Vivekananda's books. I was reading books by Swami Shivananda of Divine Life Society, Samadhi Yoga, how to develop Vairagya. Of course, I have a photo of Vivekananda, but other than my master, no book. So I took Siddheswaranandaji to my room, study room, and I am reading these books. He did not criticize. He never said, "Oh, why you are reading these books? You are not studying Vivekananda." He knew how to change my character. Uttam Vaidya. Uttam Vaidya. Slowly, direct no, he never said. These are good books. These are good books. They create spiritual hunger. They are good books. No criticism. While going back, he said, "You should be in touch with my friend Sastvatananda Swami. I am going back to France via Karachi." And then the head of Karachi center was revered Swami Ranganathanandaji. And Ranganathanandaji was the recruit of Siddheswaranandaji. Before he went to France, he was the head of a Mysore center. And Ranganathanandaji's biography you will find, it says that he joined under Siddheswaranandaji when he was the head there. Anyway, and you should go to Dakshineshwar, sit under the banyan tree, take the name of Ramakrishna 1008 times. He was telling, without giving any diksha, nothing of the kind. That was the beginning. And then, after many, many years, and one childish question I put one day when I came to Belur Math, he asked me to come on the public celebration day. I said, I don't like to come on public celebration. Lakhs of people will come, will get lost. Crowd. I used the language crowd. He corrected me. Don't say crowd. What Thakur used to say, when so many people gather in the name of God, there is spiritual awakening. Take that way. Spiritual awakening. So many have come in the name of Bhagavan Ramakrishna. So, 2-3 occasions, he went back That was 47. Then my elder brother wanted to take Diksha from Siddheswaranandaji, but he said, in India we cannot give Diksha, but I will introduce you to our president, Virojanandaji. That was done. My turn came after 1 year. I would be in charge with Siddheswaranandaji. I completed my master's degree, went to Assam Karimganj College. Then the call came for renunciation, and before I left home, I wrote a long letter of gratitude to Siddheswaranandaji that now I am going to join the Ramakrishna order. But the first monk I came in contact with, inspiration I gave from you. For that I am what I am today. Maharaj, please bless me. Then Maharaj calculated the time and date in such a way that before I left home, I did not get any reply. Those were not the days of emails, aerogram. I thought perhaps my letter did not reach him. But he was so methodical. The day I left home, 16 June 1954, when I came to Belur Math, his friend, Sastvatanandaji, I told about his name, he gave me a cable. You have got a cable from Siddheswarananda, and there it was written, may Sri Guru Maharaj and your Guru ever bless your dedicated life. And afterwards he wrote many letters. In one letter he said, in this Kali-yuga, repetition of the holy name is the highest sadhana. And he also had I am a fanatic of Japa sadhana. Those letters are with me in Delhi Center. I am a fanatic of Japa sadhana. Again and again he laid emphasis. Now with this I again come back to revered Virojanandaji Maharaj. Virojanandaji Maharaj, when he used to give initiation, his leg will be like that. And you know, Madhavananda used to say he's a double-barrel gun. Diksha from mother, sannyas from Vivekananda. So after when you will pronounce, with both the hands you will place, special blessings you will give. One day, as a student, I came to my Guru Virojanandaji at Belur Math with some blending with rose garland, jasmine garland, bellful garland. But I, as a student, I just came, when my turn came, I put those flowers at his feet, like that. By the time I was fairly acquainted with the sevaks, so I stood in one corner of the room. I did not come out of the room. And the sevak did not say, your turn has been over, why you are standing in the room? Go out. I didn't go out. I was looking at my Guruji. Rarely I will get sannyas. Then at one point of time, standing in one corner, I've got a small photo, but not a big photo. After the end you can see, I am showing Maharaj, this is like this outstage. When after pranam, this is outstage. The legs were like this, and I was standing there. Then I thought to myself, when the darshan will be over, I'll come to Maharajji and say, allow me to take these flowers home as sacred memento, as your blessings. But darshan was going on. He was not supposed to look at me. You are pranaming. Oh. But when that thought occurred, immediately he looked at me and said in Bengali, Ta fulguno nebi to ekhuni nena. I was second through and through. Real Sadguru Antarjamin. If you want to take the flowers, right now you can take it. The darshan was going on. He told, it happened in my own life. Then, about his vision in Shamlatal. Incidentally, I tell you that when I was in the prayer hall, right now, I was remembering Shamlatal Ashram. Why? Today is Monday. Last Monday was 12 June. Last Monday. I was very much in Shamlatal. Last Monday I was in Samlathal, 19th I am here. So from there I went to Samlathal. Every year for the last few years on Snanjatta Tithi, we go to Samlathal with a number of devotees to celebrate his birthday. This time we go with 8 cars, 43 devotees. We booked all the guest houses and the Samlathal Mohanta Maharaj knows that we go. We offer breakfast to Birojandaji's room. We, like retreat, we do 100 japam in Birojandaji's room by rotation and all that. Now 2 incidents of Samlathal I am going to tell. One which happened in Birojandaji's room in 1949 October. Of the Swamis in Ramakrishna order who are alive now, when Virojanandaji was in Samlathal, and our Swamis went, few Swamis are there, like Atmasthanandaji one. I am also one. All have gone to the other lok, Ramakrishna lok, 49. Now 49, Virojanandaji selected a group of devotees. He informed them that I will not go to Belur Math for 1 year. If you want to take Diksha, come here. One of them was Dr. Muni Sarkar, who was the principal of Calcutta Medical College. My elder brother's wife also was fortunate. Maharaj told that if your wife wants to take Diksha, wrote to my Dada, she can come. So I also wrote that since they are going, allow me to come. There's something very important happened. Kali Puja, they got Diksha. After Kali Puja, you have Bhai Bij. Bhai Bij, bol na? Bhai Bij, Bhai Dooj, Bhai Phota in Bengali. So when the ladies, mothers came to Birojanji's room, there was no electricity, hurricane light. He said, though he was a monk with few words, addressing the mothers, tomorrow is Bhai Phota, Bhai Bij. You will all do this Phota to all the sadhus here and give this to your husbands also. You have never heard? Is the custom? You honor your brother, sisters honor brother. But Bhai Phota, have you ever heard? Maharaj was telling the wife to give this to their respective husbands. And they are feeling shy, they never heard. Maharaj Antarjamin. Again I have to speak in Bengali, then English. Original words, I hope you understand. But I was very happy to find at least 2 Maharajs in Rajkot. Maharaj, amra Bangla bolte pari. Leela Prasanga porchi, dekhiye dilo. I am going to tell in Delhi audience. Orai shuniye dilo. Subodh Maharaj আমাদের শিখিয়ে বলেছেন বাংলা পড়তে হবে অরিজিনাল কথামৃত. 2 Maharajs Rajkot yesterday afternoon. Anyway. তা মা তোমাদের তো শুধু স্বামী স্ত্রীর সম্পর্ক নয়, তোমাদের যে আরেকটা সম্পর্ক আছে গুরু ভাই বোন. Suppose husband and wife have taken Diksha from the same guru. One relationship husband and wife, another relationship is spiritual brother and sister. Why you hesitate? Excellent. I have told in many places. What has Thakur said in Kathamrita? After 1 or 2 children, live like brother and sister. The question was put to Master Musapur, do we come across such couple that though they live like brothers and sisters? Thakur said, Ache, Birol, very rare. And for that one needs the special blessings of God, possible. So how you can spiritualize your relationship, that is also something great. Then, always remember your guru is behind you. Here I will keep you in suspense. After I go back, if you read Otite Smriti, or the story Otite Smriti, or the story of an epoch, just if you read last 20 pages, you will find what I am telling. Something has been said about one. one young boy who is coming to Belur Math and who wants to join the order of Ramakrishna Mission, how Vilojanandaji Maharaj will always inspire about that incident. It so happened that when Vilojanandaji was in Belur Math, one day I came and he was brought down in a chair, then he is walking towards Holy Mother's temple. In between Raja Maharaj and Holy Mother's temple, suddenly he stopped and looked like that, come here. Naturally the attendant Swamis went forward, Anadi Maharaj and Jyotinda. I was not in the picture. Vilojanandaji said, no. He called me. I was nervous. Why he is calling me? Then he said, either today or tomorrow, get an appointment with me, asking Bimal, my secretary. Then Maharaj went back to his room. I went to Saddhanandaji. Maharaj wanted that I come and meet. Then I went inside his room. The door was bolted. Sevaks went out. I was standing there. Maharaj was seated in a reclining chair here. He said, come near. Little, not very near, nervous. No, come near. Bring the moda, sit here. I'm nervous. Then he said, I am your Guru. I know your ins and outs. Ami to tor Guru. Ami tor moner kotha sob jani. What do you want, you tell me. Something happened, but that is very personal. You can guess. You can guess. If you can guess correctly, after this my talk is over, I will congratulate. But I will not tell. Ami to tor Guru, ami to tor moner kotha jani. Tor ki ichha bol. In between something happened. What do you want? Then I told Maharaj, we are two brothers. My brother is married. I want to live the life of a sannyasi. You please bless me. Then Maharaj blessed me and said, Eto khub bhalo kotha, as days will go, it will be intensified. Tagat santi. Samsare kono shanti nei. Tagat santi. And Janvi, know that Guru is behind you. Janvi, Guru tor pechone achen. So when you read Otita Smriti, or the story of an epoch, last 20 pages, something, 2-3 sentences have not told, and then you will understand about what. He said me, Guru is behind you. And I absolutely believe that the blessings of Sadguru, your own Guru, his Guru, everybody's Guru, if you are deeply devoted to Guru, and if you believe in the words of Guru as Vedavakko, then Guru will always protect you from all unforeseen circumstances and dangers. I cite one example. I was posted in Cherrapunji. I was there for 14 long years. 10th President Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj, he had great missionary zeal. He inspired me. Since you are going, you learn the Khasi language, you try to translate the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the abridged version. Then I told Maharaj, you have to come to Cherrapunji. During my period, Vireshwaranandaji came 4 times, gave Diksha. Once I wrote to him that I am coming with a group of students on pilgrimage. And he wrote me back in his own handwriting, not by Pramayanandaji. The day you have selected, I have some program elsewhere. But for the sake of tribal children, I will change my program. You bring the students. He gave Diksha there in Belur Math and told them that when you go back, you tell this about your Diksha ceremony to your parents and all that. And during my period, 4 or 5 times came, and tribals from Mikir Hills also came, Karbi Anglong came, and one year, 1979, the number went up to 800 tribal. Total tribals who got Diksha from Vireshwaranandaji were more than 2,000 people. But this was too much for the Catholic Church. They were watching, who is this Swami who has learned the language, who is bringing the President Maharaj, and he is giving Diksha. They wrote about me in a paper that Swami Gokulananda has become a speed breaker on our evangelical road of conversion to Christianity. The way we want to convert is like a speed breaker. So this speed breaker has to be demolished. They wanted to kill me. And one day, when I was there, it's not that I heard in Daivabani nothing. I told my monastic brothers that today I would like to sleep in another room. No divine voice, nothing. I wanted to change the room. And that night itself, they engaged somebody from the sky, right? They put a time bomb inside the room. Had I been in that room, I would not be able to give a talk here to you this evening. That happened in 79. It was an all India issue. From Home Ministry, Morarji Desai sent somebody. Atmusthanandaji, the senior vice president, he was not then the assistant secretary, he was sent to Delhi. Our water supply was disconnected because that they are not able to convert. And when I was went out for walking, they threw at me, targeted me, the poisonous arrows, but it did not strike me. So who protected me? Guru said, remember, the Guru is behind you. Excellent, it happened in my life. And when trustees, told Bireshwaranandaji, Maharaj, because you went to Khasi Hills and gave Diksha, Gokulanandaji is in trouble. Bireshwaranandaji told me, I don't agree with these trustees. My Diksha does not mean conversion. My Diksha means giving faith to their indigenous culture, he told me. And the Ramakrishna Saranam you sing, it was there when Arun Kumar came and taught this to tribal children. And His Holiness Bireshwaranandaji was very fond of this song, Ramakrishna Sharanam. And then one day I asked Philojanandaji, is there any Ramakrishna law? With confidence he said, yes, there is a Ramakrishna law. Now I come to my Brahmachari Guru, Brahmacharya Guru. I had 3 gurus. One guru is Virojanandaji, my Diksha Guru, Brahmacharya Guru, Sankaranandaji, and Sannyas Guru, Madhavanandaji. Now when I had my sannyas and came to Varanasi to pranam another great monk, Prameshanandaji, he asked me, what name you have got? I told, my new name is Gokulananda. Then Pramesh Maharaj commented, Belur Math authorities could not change the name you got from your parents. Why? It always changes. Say for example, myself and Adi Sharananda, head of our New York Vedanta Center, called Sannyas, same year. Adi Sharanandaji's pre-monastic name was Anil. Brahmacharya name was Abheda Chaitanya. Sannyas name is Adi Sharananda, all 3 different names. My pre-monastic name was Govinda. Brahmacharya name was Murari Chaitanya. Sannyas name is Gokulananda. All 3. So something interesting. Now when I was posted in Vidya Mandir on pressure of work, I would hardly get time for meditation. Then one day when I went to my Guru Sankaranandaji, he said, work is always worship. Take it as meditation. Even in the midst of work, if you can find at least 2 or 3 minutes and pray with all your heart, that is enough. Of course, by one's own nature, one will have to do work. But to keep the mind introvert, one has to practice japam and meditation. And another important incident comes to my mind. Sankaranandaji was a disciple of Raja Maharaj, Brahmanandaji, very tall, majestic figure. One day he was washing one ink pot. Those are not the days of this dot pen. So Maharaj was cleaning the ink pot with a brush. Then I said, Maharaj, you have so many sevaks. Why you are doing this job? Then suddenly I said, of course self-help is the best help. তখন বললেন দুইটা ইংরেজিটা বললি জানবি আত্মবশং সর্বং সুখং পরবশং সর্বং দুঃখম. One's own work one has to do. Corroborating this, Vireshwaranandaji used to tell me, Dakho, whenever I go somewhere, I have on my own bag. This I don't give to Harolal and others. I know where to keep my medicine. They will always misplace it. It is better to do one's own work. Then once he said, this is important for the monastic brothers. We have twofold ideal. Atmano mokshartam jagadhitayocha. Maharaj would say, I now find a wrong emphasis on jagadhitayocha to the complete neglect of the first part of the ideal, Atmano mokshartam. Shankaran. Now I come to Vishuddhanandaji Maharaj. Vishuddhanandaji Maharaj, I have to tell a lot Vishuddhanandaji. He was a disciple of Holy Mother Sarada Devi. I first met him in 1947 or so when I came to Belur to pranam my Gurudev Virajanandaji. I went to his secretary Shraddhanandaji. He said, have you seen our Vice President Jiten Maharaj, Vishuddhanandaji, mother's son? He has come from Ranchi, Moravadi. He is the head there. I went up, pranam him. He asked me, what is your name? What are you doing? Where from you have come? Then suddenly he said, have you read Kathamrita? Bol diya jor se, have you read Kathamrita? No. Sheki, every day you should read Kathamrita. Do you know what book I am reading? I do not know. I am reading this Kathamrita. And I am now reading it for the 50th time. Kathamrita does not become old. This I told there in Rajkot. Now there are many devotees who take Diksha and they promise that they will read Kathamrita. I will now ask a question. Those who are present before me, Bhaber Ghore Churi noy, no, speak the truth. Those who are present before me, tell honestly that without fail, come what may, wherever I may be, I read Kathamrita every day. Those who read Kathamrita every day, at least one paragraph, please raise your hands. Good audience. Fairly good. So those who do not know, now you should do. And Maharaj Rajkot has shown only for 25 rupees, Kathamrita edition, they have brought it out with all good pictures. So I narrate one incident. I narrated incidentally, very briefly I am telling. Once I was coming in a plane from Bangalore. Now I had some leg injury. 2 air hostesses came near me and both of them were Bengalis. Are you a Swami of Rama? Yes. Well, we live in Delhi, but because of metro construction, these days we cannot come to metro. One of them name is Sanchita, but Maharaj, I read Kathamrita Delhi. I looked at her face, I did not believe. How can a air hostess read Kathamrita Delhi? She leaves Delhi, goes to Ahmedabad, next day Muscat or Singapore. That means she has to carry Kathamrita. She told me in Bengal, oh, you don't believe me. Went to the cockpit, from the bag she showed me, Bangla Kathamrita, published by Narendrapur Ashram. And fortunately, the day I came, she got her duty, Ahmedabad, Delhi, Ahmedabad. So such kind of regularity you must have. And you claim that I have taken Diksha from Ramakrishna Mission. I am a devotee of Ramakrishna Mission. He asked me, you are a devotee? When I said I am going to join, you are going to join the Ramakrishna Mission. Of Ramakrishna Mission, 2 words, which is the first word, Ramakrishna. If you forget Ramakrishna and get yourself lost in the messes of work, you lose the goal. Hold firmly Ramakrishna, then his work he will get it done. So always remember, we may say I am a devotee of Ramakrishna, but it is not so well. Ramakrishna, to become a devotee of Ramakrishna, one has to cultivate certain virtues. Fundamental one virtue is Ishware Anurag, deep devotion to Thakur, Vishaye Virag. Most of us will fail in that. So something very important. Then, voice of conscience is the voice of God. This is important. Once I came to Vishuddhanandaji, I was a brahmachari. I made a self-analysis chart. In one of my Sunday lectures, I shared this chart with the devotees of Delhi, just for the sake of a change. What was the chart? Bhagavan Sri Krishna said to Arjuna that those who are born with Daivi Sampad, they have 26 virtues in them, Abhayam, Sattva, Samshaddhir, Jnana, Yoga, Vyavasthiti, and so on. So I made an attendance register, Abhayam, fearlessness, steadfastness, adherence to truth, absence of calumny, absence of anger, nishtha in Yogasadhana and so on. So when I go to bed, I'll find, suppose I got angry, 0. Meditation, I neglected, 0. So out of 26, I vary my, the day I score, today was a good day. So with this self-analysis chart, I went to the then president, he was the 8th president, though for 3 months, Vishuddhanandaji. Well, Maharaj, I have made a self-analysis chart, khata. Bolo, what you do? He told. Dakho, you need not maintain all these 26. If you can maintain one thing, it will be sufficient. Then I thought, Sri Krishna says, Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, God incarnate, 26 virtues. Why Maharaj? Maharaj does not give any importance to other virtues. No. I had great regard for Maharaj. So I thought, let me listen to Maharaj. He must have something very valuable to say. He said, always remember, the voice of conscience is the voice of God. If you don't do anything which has not the support of the conscience, your life will be automatically built up. Banglaয় বললেন, জানবে বিবেকের বাণী ভগবানের বাণী। বিবেক সব বলে দেয়, আমরা বিবেকের কথা শুনি না। The conscience, inner conscience gives the correct guidance, but we don't listen to, and we come to believe. The voice of conscience is the voice of God. Then I asked Maharaj, Vishuddhanandaji, I was very free with him. Now I find it was audacity on my part. Maharaj, did you ever go to Kedargoti? Well, no. Did you ever do tapasya in Uttarkashi? No. Amar bhav ki jano? Do you know what is my attitude? Jap chabi ta boshe pabi khojo nijo antapure. I did not like that. I was in Mayavati climbing up and down many times. I thought that I have reached Kedargoti. My idea is that sit in one place, intensify your spiritual practices, and you'll attain the goal. That's why I lived at a stage in Moravadi Ashram for 27 years, that you would say. Then I put another question, that you once told that whenever you go to Kamarpukur Jayanambati, you would prefer to stay longer in Jayanambati and used to do Japasadhana in mother's old house. There is a door, you enter, and there is a small window sitting there. And how long? Minimum 3 hours. Then my question was, Acha Maharaj, If one cannot go to Kedar, Budri, Uttarkashi, but if one just does spiritual practices in mother's old house, will he or she be able to realize God? Of course. Is it any ordinary place? Swayam Jagadamma Brahmamayi Parama Prakriti mother lived there, stayed there. Maharaj said. And Maharaj would say, always he would also lay emphasis on Japa Sadhana, quoting Bhagavad Gita, Jagganam Japa Jaggosmi. Of all the Jaggas, Yoga is the highest. Now I come to Swami Santanandaji. Santanandaji was a disciple of Holy Mother Saradadevi. I first saw him in Ranchi TV Sanitarium. The very Santananda. Excellent. Whenever you would go to him, he would say, I hear Anahata Dhoni all the time. From here it goes. How do you hear? Oh, like that. When did you first hear? I first heard when I was in Konkan in the year 1911 or so. At Mahanisha, dead of night, I used to do japam. Then I certainly heard this sound. Once I prayed to Mother, Mother, will my Kulakundali be awakened? Mother says, Baba job korbe, japat siddhi. Tahuli it will be awakened. So I thought, I hear this Anahata Dhani, Omkar, Om, that. Is it because my Kulakundali has been awakened? But the doubt came to his mind. So what he did, Hari Maharaj, Turiyanandaji happened to be in Konkan at that time. Next morning he went to Hari Maharaj, and Hari Maharaj said, your assumption is correct. What you hear is Anahata Dhani, that he said.